magazine, figure save the head still spinning. She love free fast, so nice, I'm grinning. The bitch so fine, oh my ridiculous. Lean for the paper chase. Music scene is my saving grace. Still spinning. I lost my mind, I'm fine, I'm living. You touch my bro, spill wine, you're tripping.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. I don't even know why I'm streaming today. I can't even be bothered for it, but I know people want to hear me vent about this bullshit performance from yesterday, so we'll delve into it. Obviously, there's Koundé news and there's also no Koundé news because it's the same old bullshit that we've seen from the start. But yeah, we are here. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button on your way into the stream. Yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts. I decided to go for a yellow kit today, seeing as our performance was yellow-bellied and cowardly. I thought it would suit the state of the way we were playing. So let me know you guys' thoughts. Big up everyone that's locked in. We got 100 plus of you guys in here already. Let's try and get to 500 likes by the end of the stream. Off the canvas, I see you, bro. I'm going to send you the link in about half an hour if you're about. Where do we start? Big up Wason Mount, Deals, Boosie, Nikoi, Brian Manrique, Senaleb, Liam Lane. Big up yourself, my guy. Santiago, President Jafar. Oh boy, where do we start? So Tommy Tuchel says, I've seen the light. Havertz is very protected by our fan base. I will get to that. Like, the be-all and end-all of this thing isn't Kai Havertz, but like, all I'm saying is I've got no reason to think I'm wrong on any of my opinions, but it is what it is. Look who popped in 2 minutes into the stream. My guy, Yigal. If you're about as well, I'll send you the link in a little bit too. I just need to get a couple things off my chest. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 4. And I know it's a pre-season game, but come on, like this is just looking like a really bad omen to the season. And Tuchel is already saying he doesn't think we're going to be ready for next season. Well, this coming season. Tuchel doesn't sound confident. We haven't gotten all of our targets yet. There's still various areas of the squad that need to be fixed, and the league starts in under 2 weeks. And people are calling fans reactionary for questioning the state of the team right now. We've got more players we need to get rid of than we have players that we need to bring in. We have so many other areas of the squad that need to be adjusted, but all we're staring at is centre-backs. Like, I don't understand it. I 100% don't understand it. Flawless is in here already. Everyone's just in here early, innit? I don't blame you guys. I really don't. I do the exact same thing, but same way. Fuck you guys for not even bothering to turn up. It's a London derby. I don't give a shit if it's pre-season friendly. At least play with some fucking pride. And none of them did it. I was going to say I need the Koundé announcement as a distraction, but we ain't going to be getting no Koundé announcement. This thing is probably going to take another week. So, just focus on getting attackers in or getting midfielders. Like, fuck me. Do you see the way that midfield got bypassed the whole of yesterday? Like, Jorginho was poor. He 100% was poor, but he wasn't given support either. And I'm not going to use that as an excuse because I think everybody except Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, to an extent Emerson, everyone else just struggled. Everybody struggled. Like Chalobah, fuck me. This guy steps out like 2011 David Luiz. Always continuously steps out. Oh, we got Neil in here as well. Of course, everybody's in here. Big up yourself, my guy. Not here to gloat, but you could do with one of our free strikers. Send Vardy over. Send Iheanacho over. Actually, no, maybe not Vardy. He's another one that plays off the shoulder. Iheanacho. I would 100% take Iheanacho over the way our bummy attackers are looking. You can have Timo Werner for free. Have Timo Werner for free because fuck me. This guy is atrocious. He is actually atrocious. Like, every single time I was watching him, if you guys were watching the live stream, it was just Timo Werner. Again, it was either a dead touch or a dead release of the ball or a pathetic shot, poor positioning, offsides, everything. Anything that you could think could go wrong went wrong. Utterly terrible. And this is the guy who, by the way, said Tuchel was being unfair on him and he was being too critical and skeptical. I already roasted his ass on the review on Chelsea Fan TV. But again, the fucking nerve. Critical and skeptical. Go on Twitter after you play a game and then see skeptical, see critical. You will see real criticism. And I doubt it will be as nice as the way Thomas Tuchel would deliver it. Like, how the fuck do you think we feel? We have to watch you play every week. And then you want to sit there and say, man's too critical, too skeptical, when you don't turn up unless it's Southampton or it's Real Madrid. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. But let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, there's literally so much to get into. First goal was just a poor pass from Chalobah under no pressure. And a good finish by Jesus. Someone I really wished we got, even before the game. Like, watching the way he makes chances for himself and makes chances for other people. The fact he's got movement, he's got intent, he's got flair. All these sorts of things that attackers at Chelsea don't have. Like, it's fucking jarring, but hey, apparently we don't need a striker. We don't need a striker. Here's what it is. How come Lukaku got crucified for such stuff that Werner gets apart? Because Lukaku's just unlikable. Like, let's just call it what it is. He's just unlikable. Timo Werner is a very likable person with strong work rate and strong desire. The problem is, he's just shit. That's just it. He's just a shit player. So, but he gets a pass because of that, and also the Champions League final. And I keep saying this guy won Chelsea the Champions League talk is so mind-numbingly infuriating. It pisses me off. Werner, Havertz, Kante all get passes based off the Champions League run. And so we are nearly in 2023, people. That was in 2021. Like, stop this shit, man. Talk to me about the present. Stop talking to me about the past. Speaking of which, on Havertz, by the way, played him in another position in right wing, and yet again he didn't stand out. Everyone's saying, oh, it's not his right position. What is his right position? He can't create in a 10. He can't finish as a 9. He can't take on players as a winger. So what does he do? What does he do? It's waffle. I'm tired of all of this shit, man. Show me consistency, not just from Havertz, from anyone in our attack. I will back it. But I don't see it from anybody. I don't see it from anybody. Shaq's saying, what was it? Thoughts on bringing Tammy back. I can't lie. We are one season of shit attacking football away from me saying activate the buyback clause. Because, what's his name? Tammy's numbers were still better when he was at Chelsea than the forwards that we have right now. So we'd actually still be going up. Everyone's saying speak on Jorginho. Jorginho was poor. Like, oh, but he got bypassed for fun. What, people are going to sit here and think, what, because Jorginho is one of my favourite players, because I'm wearing a shirt with Jorginho on the back, I'm just going to ignore his performance. No, he was poor. He got bypassed for fun. The third goal, Saka ran through him like he was nothing. The second goal, he was just completely ball watching, and he let Odegaard run right behind him, unchallenged. It was poor from him. The only thing I'll say is that Mount and Gallagher had no defensive awareness. They did leave him exposed, but they were all the problem. All of them. No defensive awareness from the 8s. No defensive awareness from the DM. It was poor all round. So, if you lot think I'm just going to sugarcoat things, I am not sugarcoating things. I'm telling you, I'm going to call things how I see. I don't care about the player. I don't care about who's my favourites and who aren't. Because right now, other than Silva, Koulibaly, Reece James, even though I didn't think he was all that in the last game, Kovacic, Jorginho at times, everyone else is just trash. Right. You want to keep Jorginho and sell Kante? No. Here's the thing. People don't listen. I said if you ask me keep one or the other, it would be the case to keep Jorginho. Because his style of play doesn't go down with age, whereas Kante has a very intense style of play and he's already racking up injuries for fun. In an ideal scenario, I'd keep the pair of them and I'd use Kante as more of a rotation option and save him for the bigger games. There is still a good player in N'Golo Kante. Don't get it twisted. It's just last season, because of injuries, we were forced to use Kante way too much. And because of that, we overused him and he started declining again. The thing with N'Golo is you can slow down that decline as long as you use him sparingly. So to me, I would keep the pair. If you ask me to keep one or the other, I will keep the one with less injuries. If you ask me to keep one or the other, I will keep the one with less injuries. Other than that, like, I'd keep the pair of them. Like, if anything, a prime N'Golo would have been perfect for that game yesterday. Absolutely perfect. Because he would be the one with the defensive awareness. He would be the one breaking up play and driving forward with it. So please, like, even though I criticize Kante a lot, there is still a quality player in there, and I believe that. It's just you can't rely on him game in and game out, and it's as simple as that. I'm not pointing at you, Lewis, but I noticed J5 stands have been on Havertz's back last night. I haven't found a player to defend yet. All piss poor. I thought Silva was good. I thought Koulibaly was really good when he came on, even though it was limited time. But other than that, like, no one really stood out to me. Arsenal ran rings around us, and credit to Arsenal as well, because Arsenal played well. They played really well. And, like, to be honest, could have been even more goals if they didn't slow down in the second half. But thank God it wasn't. I can't pronounce your name, my guy. I said we need to start a conversation on Mendy. We do. We actually do, because this distribution is not improving. And he is not looking like the invincible player that we saw 18 months ago. Like, if this continues to next season, a goalkeeper's going to have to be on the tally for the next summer transfer window as well. We give Mendy this season because, like, he's had one good season, he's had one bad season. But you have to improve. This distribution has to get better. Like, you're lucky Jorginho left Odegaard running and took some of the responsibility for that second goal. Because if it wasn't, it would have just been all on Mendy, and we would have been saying your distribution's been poor again. I agree. I 100% agree. We got 500 of you guys in here already. I bet we haven't got 100 likes. We've got 95 likes. Guys, run the likes up, people. Like, please. Like, we're few. I'm not in the mood today, man. Just at least give me some likes, please. Lewis, when are you going to call out Tuchel? It's about time. Speak about his press conference after he looks... He didn't look lost. He looked fuming from what I heard. Let's get some of his quotes up. Give me a second. Here we go. Tuchel said, I saw a team in Arsenal who are mentally committed to a level of exhaustion that we could not match physically and mentally because we have a lot of players who are thinking about leaving. And that's not really Tuchel's fault. That's what I said goes back to Marina. For the stupid-ass wage structure that we have, the players on overpriced wages, the deadwood on overpriced wages that are still here. Michy is still here because when Borussia Dortmund wanted Michy, we said 50 million for him, like he's even worth half of that. Bakayoko, constantly re-signing him to one-year contracts so we could put him out on loan, despite the fact he has been the worst football player I've ever seen in a Chelsea shirt. The worst. And then it goes further. You got the likes of Kennedy, Zappa Costa when he was still here. Thank God we're able to bin him off. Who else? Let me just go through the wage list and I could probably go through it myself. Bear with me, people. I thought sleep would help. No, my head is still gone. Malang Sarr on 120k a week. You joke, man. Hudson-Odoi on 120k a week. Who else? We got Barkley on nearly 100k a week. Alonso on 100k a week. Ruben's on 60k a week. That's not that deep, to be honest. Timo Werner, 270k a week. Like, look at the wage structure, and you wonder why these players are not really pushing for moves. Timo Werner saying, I want more game time for the World Cup. How about you lower your wage demands and duck out? And then you'll get your game time and you'll play in the World Cup. How about that? Why don't you do that then? Oh, why not? Because of the money. It's as simple as. Simple as. There was another quote in here. Asked about goal scorers and his concern, he said we have the same issues because we have the same players. And it's again an issue where we're barely getting rid of them. Ziyech has only got interest from AC Milan. They're broke and they can't afford the valuation that we want for him. Timo Werner, I don't really know what's happening. He's hinting like he wants to leave. He's playing like he don't want to be here. But yet he's not trying to make a move. At least Ziyech is actively trying to find a way out of the club, which is fair enough. The others, I think we're all going to give him the season. Havertz is going to get the season. Pulisic's going to get the season. God knows what we do with Cho. Mount's going to be there as well. Although I think you'd rather play him in the 8 than the 10. The fact that he's still our best forward just speaks volumes about the rest of our attack. But Tuchel's right, but even with that same breath, why are we focusing on getting 3 centre-backs? I understand we need to replace the centre-backs that we've lost, but there are other areas of the pitch that still need to be sorted out. We have 2 of our 3 most senior midfielders on 1 year left on their contracts. We've got both of our wing-back depths looking to leave. We've got our only striker who wants to leave, and the rest of them all suck anyway, other than Sterling. So it's like we have so many other areas of the pitch. Tuchel also said something that really stood out to me, and I kind of get it. Where is it? We've had an urgent appeal for quality players, a huge amount of quality players. Let me put it up on the share screen, in fact. Huge amount of quality players. We got 2 quality players who are not competitive like this. Unfortunately, you could see it today. I cannot guarantee we will be ready in 2 weeks. That last sentence is fucking damning. And I'm trying not to be reactionary or anything like that. But if the manager's saying that we're not going to be ready, boy, are we in for a long season. Oh, obviously, we still have the rest of August to try and get players in. But I keep saying, I think we have too many areas to strengthen than we have time. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Arsenal are strengthening, Tottenham are strengthening. It looks like we're going to be dragged into another top 4 race. So God knows what we're going to be doing in that situation. Let me refresh. Sorry if I missed a couple of you guys' comments. I've just been venting off my own tangent. Kante has not been consistent for the last 3 years. Stop waffling, my guy. Appreciate you because you're a regular on this channel. But it's not true. Other than the Champions League run in 2021, he hasn't been consistent since Sarri's season. And that's fine. The guy's got injuries and he's declining. It's fine. Just use him sparingly. Just call it what it is. I don't get why we overprotect these players so much. I think physically we look terrible the whole preseason. Compare that to a team like Arsenal. Makes you question how ready we are for thoughts. Jester said one thing, and I'm not going to use it as an excuse, but it could be a factor to why we looked so poor yesterday. And he said we might be jet lagged based off the fact that we've been playing in 3 different time zones. Now, again, it's not an excuse. There are no excuses for that sort of performance. But maybe we do look better when we're back in England playing more regularly and we don't have to deal with going out to various different countries with various different time zones. Maybe that is a factor. And because I think that would impact the way you perform over the 90 minutes. So that might be a factor with it as well. But again, it's not an excuse. Don't sit here and say I'm making an excuse when I've spent the last 17 minutes cussing out the way we played yesterday. So no, I think that's just a factor at the very least. Bowley says, bro, you can't just terminate contracts because you lose money in that reaction. We've had this conversation on streams before, bro. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Yeah, flawless, bruv. You know when I lose to Arsenal, people can't chat to me. I don't care if it's a pre-season. You can't chat to me, man. 700 in here. I bet we haven't hit 200 likes. Yep, we haven't. We're on 100 something. Every one of you guys in here, even if you are a dirty gooner, just press the like button and help a guy out because, boy, that's the only way I'm going to start feeling better. And the way we're going, I'm probably going to end up with 1,000 people watching. Of course they are. Yeah, Andrew, I'll send the link out when I send it to everybody else. Is Sterling bad or bro? The last player I am looking at and saying you were the reason why we lost was Raheem Sterling. Sterling weren't to blame. Sterling didn't get nothing. Neither did Havertz or Werner, in all honesty, but Sterling didn't get dispossessed or lose the ball as much as them two did. Havertz looked fucking lost on the right-hand side. Werner looked lost in the middle. So to me, like, 4-3-3 ain't going to work for us until we improve our midfield and until we improve our attack. Because, like, defensively, I still think you can last with Silva, Koulibaly, James and Chilwell. I think that can work. The problem is the midfield, because there's no defensive awareness from the 8s. And the problem is the attack, because they're going to have more of the ball and they suck. So that's what the problem is to me. But I appreciate the donation anyway, my guy. There's a lot of comments in here as well. If you guys want to make sure I see it, please drop a super chat. And again, it does mean you guys are in with a chance of winning the lottery. That was meant to be today, but I'm going to do it for tomorrow's stream because I'm not ready for it right now. I'm just not. That gives you one more chance to drop in super chats, by the way. So run it up, people. Sorry, T1, I just ignored that. My bad. Our only path to top 4 is defense and hope we score 1. We're in a position where we're just replacing what we lost from last season. And that would be enough for top 4, but I just have no confidence in our attack and to an extent our midfield as well. Like, we were linked with Savić. I would have been all in for that. And Nunes, I don't really know too much about him. I really need to do my research on him, but we need more midfield depth in that position. Attackers as well. Like, I get people saying we need to improve our chance creation. Fact is, 16-17, we won games based off, what was it? We won games based off our attack. And based off the fact that we had like 1 or 2 chances a game, and we had a baller in Diego Costa who would bury those chances, or Eden Hazard who'd bury those chances, or Pedro. So, it's about having better attackers, better decision-making in the final third, better finishing, better touches. And we don't have that. And that's my problem. Yeah, we do need a creator, but we just need better forwards. Full stop. Full stop, we just need better forwards. Ugh, can't be bothered. Right, let's see a few more you guys' questions, because I have missed a few. Why nobody mentions Kai? So, bro, I mentioned Kai. It's just everyone sits here and waffles. The amount of excuses I hear for Kai Havertz, and it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. People will cuss out Werner, say he looks clueless, say he has a terrible first touch, he's an awful finisher. When it's Kai Havertz, it's like, no, he's generational. He's generational, mate. He won us the Champions League. He won us the Club World Cup. Forget the fact it was a penalty and an open goal. He won us the Champions League. Nobody else played on the pitch. It's waffle. It's absolute waffle. I'm tired of it. Absolutely tired of it. Let's see what else he's saying. Oh, the whole thing's just refreshing. I don't blame him. Daniel says we are finished. I don't want to say that just yet, but yo, that game was utterly atrocious. Yeah, bro, we're in for a long season. And the good thing is, I'm starting these streams solo now before I send the link out, which means I get to be honest and I get to vent. Like, trust me, I will give praise where I see it. 100%. Like, if the likes of Werner starts balling out, or Havertz starts balling out, or Kante, you think I'm just going to hide? No. I would have no reason to hide. I want these guys to play well because it's for the benefit of my football club. I just don't see it. I do not see it. I'd love to be proved wrong, but yeah, I don't see it. Why aren't we seeing Chilwell, but we're seeing Alonso and Emerson? I'm not sure. Really not sure. Because Alonso is meant to be on his way out, so I don't really know why he was playing. Werner, I'm not too sure. But again, like, we need forwards to come in. Like, I think we're actually going to be in a position where we have to keep Werner. By the way, 1,000 of you guys in here, and we've only got 200 something likes. Guys, we can easily hit 500. Let's smash the like button, people. There's a super chat in here. Yeah, guys, run the likes up, people, please. Where's this super chat? How far behind am I? Okay, where is it? Right, Guled says, why are we not buying CR7? Apparently we play worse with him. Right now, I was watching that game and I was wondering what our system was. And people are saying Ronaldo's going to ruin Tuchel's system. Even though we had a striker who was going to ruin Tuchel's system last season, and we were top of the league with him until we had injuries. And now we could have a better option than Lukaku, and people are still here waffling, saying, oh, Ronaldo's going to kill our system. Oh, Ronaldo doesn't press. Oh, Ronaldo's washed. Shut up, man. Look at our attack, and you're going to turn your noses up at CR7. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. I want a goal scorer. You want to tell me Havertz and Mount can create? You put them in positions to create chances for Ronaldo. Chilwell and James can create chances for Ronaldo. Everyone wants to talk about chance creation, but everyone wants to be blind to the first half of the season when we were creating chances in spite of having Lukaku on the pitch. In spite of us not being able to get the best out of Lukaku, we were still making chances and still winning games regularly. So how does that make sense that Ronaldo wouldn't work? When he managed to get 18 goals, 25 plus in all competitions in the worst Man United squad in history. How does that make sense? I don't know. I really don't know. Liam Lane says, surely we can... That was the super chat. Big up yourself. Saying, surely we can only improve, Lewis, but if we continue to play players that are not committed to the club, we are going nowhere. Yes, but we have to get rid of those players first, and then we have to bring players in. And even then, when we have to do it, we have to integrate them into the squad. I said one of the biggest issues with the Lukaku transfer was that we brought him in so late. It was only 2 days before the start of the season where we got Lukaku in. And that gave him no preseason, no time to integrate with the rest of the squad. And surprise, surprise, as soon as he stepped in, he looked like a square peg in a round hole. Because he didn't have a preseason with the squad. And that was my problem. Granted, his mentality sucks. He was the worst transfer we've ever made. But like one of my issues was the lack of preseason. Lewis, we need to talk about Gallagher. Here's the thing. Gallagher's had a very iffy preseason. He looked unbelievable against Club America. A bit iffy against Charlotte and just looked terrible yesterday. So I don't really know what to make of him. I'm not going to be reactionary about Conor Gallagher just yet because I still wanted to see him in a double pivot with Jorginho. And I haven't seen that just yet. I wanted to see him in a double pivot in a 3-4-3. And even then, like, I do need to see him have a bit more game time too before I really say something about Gallagher. But he wasn't good yesterday. He wasn't good. Yeah, bro. I had a couple people say they wanted to start doing this, and it's been bombing ever since. And yes, I'm running solo streams from the start. I'll send the link out to everyone in a couple minutes. I just have a lot I need to get off my chest. A lot. Only 280 likes. We've got 1.1 of you guys in here. Run it up. Run it up. Big up Chelsea Fan TV in the cut as well. Cams, Fatter, I see you as well there, my guy. Big up yourself. Who is there to create for Ronaldo? Apparently Havertz, because we play him out of position. Mount, even though he's very inconsistent with it. Depending on the formation, Ziyech, if he's still here. In a back four, you get the best out of him. Chilwell, James, you can get creativity from them as well. We do need a midfielder that can create and has a final ball in him, though. Like, that's another big issue that we need to sort out. But again, we have so many areas of the pitch that we need to strengthen. I just know Ronaldo's scoring more goals than anybody that we have in the squad. And he's not going to take players moving like bums. So, like, that's the reason why I'm down for it. Yeah, good job you didn't stay up for that game. Sammy, you're a wild lad, bruv. Yeah, you're on the same wave that I'm on, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, flawless. Like, bro, I wish I went out as well last night. Man stayed into 4 a.m. just to watch that shit. Here we go. Jadon says no attacking drills or patterns of play. I'm sorry, Tuchel needs to do better. All I see is press and inshallah. Here's the thing. You could talk about Tuchel, you could talk about the players. It is a little bit of everything, if we're being honest. Like, the players are going to underperform, and they have underperformed, not even just now, for years. And the attitude has been questioned by the last 4 to 5 managers that have played at this football club. So it's clearly a concurrent issue with the squad. And because they underperform, it forces us to play a system that compensates for them, which is the 3 at the back. Let that sink in. We play 3 at the back because we're too shit to play 4 at the back. Like, it covers our defense. And to be honest, our defense doesn't need covering. It's our best point. So we strengthen that. And I understand Tuchel on that front. But I also understand how the system kind of weakens the midfield a bit. And our forwards are kept very narrow, which is why you don't get the best out of the likes of Ziyech or other wide wingers like Pulisic, for example. It's not objectively better, but it's better because of our defense. That narrowness means players like Ziyech and, like we said, Pulisic, they aren't playing to their strengths and they struggle. They are expected to play out from tight spaces, which they're not really great at, which is why Sterling got brought in. And Sterling's a good signing for us too. The team just lacks absolute confidence. It lacks any consistency except Mount, James, Kovacic, Silva, and that's about it, really. Maybe Jorginho, that's about it. Like, Tuchel did make a few mistakes. That lineup yesterday was absolutely horrific in hindsight. But it's the players and it's the lack of personnel that are the reason why we're in this position. So it's like, you can blame Tuchel for consistently putting trust in them, but like, we're not getting rid of them. And we can't. Tuchel would love to get rid of these players, but he can't. So it's like, what more can he do? Like, to me, Tuchel is the last of the problems. The last of the problems that we deal with. So there's a few more super chats. Let's see. What else are we saying? Sterling better when there's a number 9 next to him. Again, Ronaldo. Get me Ronaldo. The guy don't want to be at United and nobody wants to take him. Take him. We got the worst attack in the top 6 and people want to turn their noses up at Ronaldo. I can't hear it. I really can't. Here we go. Naval Nation says, let Arsenal have their 5 minutes of fame over us. Though it's pre-season. Timo needs to go spaghetti legs. Damn right. Arsenal can have it, but they play better than us too. So, like, it's not like both teams were bummy and they just walked away with it. They ran through us. Absolutely burned through us like a knife through butter. So, like, they can celebrate all they want because they were the better team. 100%. I'm not saying Arsenal won 4-0 because Chelsea was shit. We were shit, but they were good. They were really good. Preet says we need Reece James at right wing back. The only way you can create, I guess. I know, but like, we can't rely on James too much because he got injured so much over last season because of our over-reliance on him. We need to be getting depth in that position too. Jonathan Klaus is right there, and we let Marseille just take him without a challenge. And that was poor from us. Absolutely poor from us. Now we're looking at the likes of Adama Traore or something for that position, or we're going to go back to using Cho. Or maybe even Kennedy. I don't know. But we need depth. We need depth in all these positions. Alex says, maybe I will shift my view from certain midfielder to forward this season. I want CR7 or Dracula. Dracula? You mean Suarez, don't you? I mean, we are not turning our noses up at Luis Suarez either. If he wanted to join, even if he was a rotation option, he'd still be our best striker. So, and he'd actually have work rate still. He wouldn't be lazy as fuck, so I'd be down for that. Do you think Klopp could get something out? No, Klopp would just get him more chances, and that's more opportunities to miss. Lil Boy says, yes, Lewis, the system is to cover flaws. The players don't make the system sing, and the players are too poor to switch to a back four. Here's the everyone said, why don't we play a back four? It's like they all ignored the fact that we played it numerous times in the second half of the season, and we were poor. We were poor. It's just we didn't lose games because of individual brilliance and because of a strong defense. And that was it. That was literally, other than that, like, we were so toothless in a back four. The only time we stopped was after Brentford bent us over and beat us 4-1 at the bridge. Okay. That's how I'm on to Tuchel with this. Be on to everybody, though. But I think Tuchel is the last of our issues. Tuchel is 100% last of the problem. Get the personnel in that Tuchel wants, and then we can start doing it. Right now, we've done 2. That's 2 players in. We need more to leave, and we need more to come in before we can say this is fully Thomas Tuchel's squad. Right now, it's not. So he's the last person that we should be getting at. 100% is the last person. What else are we saying? Sterling needs good players around him. You can't rely on just him. Yep, 100%. And that's why I don't want Sterling to be scapegoated if our attack goes to shit either. If he plays poorly, criticize. But if he doesn't, leave it. Just leave it. Okay. Right. Let's see what else you guys are saying. I'm going to send the link out to everyone else in a couple minutes. Werner has to leave. Yes, he does. Need 4 players, a striker, a right winger, a wing back, and a centre mid. We need 2 wing backs, by the way. And I don't think we get them, but we need wing back depth in both positions. That's why I was so pissed when we lost out on Perisic. Because that was depth in both positions. Both positions. Do preseason games count? No, but it shows you what the team's capable of. This is the thing. Lewis, I was watching back our win at the Etihad in 2013-14 under Jose, and our midfield was so good. We had Prime, Matic, and Ramirez with Hazard, Oscar, and Willian in attack. Look at us now. Bro, 2014 Matic was an utter madness. I'll be real, the guy declined very early with us, but I remember that game as well. He had Yaya Toure in a spliff. And like that was a brilliant resurgent defensive performance from us. And it shows you can win games as well with minimal chances created. Like the problem is you just need the finishers, and we don't have the finishers. We don't have it. Skamaka might have been a decent shout. It's like Kingslayer saying, I got a bit of a question about his mobility. Yeah, I'll be real. We can't be going for another third centre-back either. Emerson as backup. Here's the thing. Emerson just ain't that consistent. He really isn't. And neither is Alonso. It's just people forget about Emerson because we all just remember how poor Alonso looks. Emerson has not been consistent for us. At all. So I don't really trust him either in that position. Although the only thing is, like, maybe keep him because he's versatile. He could play left centre-back as well. So that's a potential shout. Felipe says, Kennedy's impressed me every preseason game. Looks dangerous going forward. Better than Emerson and abysmal Cho. Kennedy has been really good. And I do think we might actually end up relying on him for next season. I can't say too much because, like, he's played well. He has played really well on that right-hand side. I don't know if he's the answer for us in terms of depth, but I'm just going to call it how I see it. And now I see he's played well. Albert says, Champions of Florida. You'll never sing that. Fair enough, my guy. Fair enough. I don't blame you. Cool. Let me send a link out to a couple people. We'll see who's about. Right, bear with me, people. I'll just send the link out to a few people. I thought sleeping would make me feel a bit calmer, and it actually didn't. Can't be bothered. Who else we got? Where is what's his name? Am I blind or something? Bear with me, people, because I'm actually lost right now. Where the fuck is... Ah, fuck it. 1 second. Couldn't find Alex on Twitter to save my life right now. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Alright, we got a couple people in here. Give me a sec. I'm just sending the link out, and then we'll get everybody else in. Oh shit, we got bare people in here. Fucking hell. Yes, guys. What's Hey, Fresh Trim Fatter. What are you saying, bro?
Fuck me, man. All good, all good.
Everyone recovered from that shit show yesterday?
Yeah.
Not even bothered by it. It's freaking preseason.
To me, it's just losing to Arsenal. It's just... Oh, yeah, everyone said Igal. I'll see if Igal's about. Let me throw him the link. He can have it. He can have his shameless moments. It's fine.
Well, it just shows how little of a club they've become if they're hyping up a preseason win.
Yeah, right.
I mean, but they do count Community Shields as trophies.
Oh yeah,
trophy.
They at least can add one to their total.
Yeah. I mean,
Josh, you sober, yeah? You sober?
You'd rather get that result out of the way in preseason. Take your ass whippings when it doesn't count.
Josh, it doesn't sound you, man. Like you.
I know, man. I'm losing my voice. My voice took a beating yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh. How was the game? Now you're a bit more sober. What are you saying?
Yeah, it was great, man. Aside from the result, it was a blast. It was a record amount of people in the stadium last night. It was, I think, 68,000 people. It was probably like 80-20 Chelsea fans to Arsenal fans. It was a lot of Chelsea fans there. But yeah, it was a great
lot
time.
more disappointed fans. Naval
Yeah.
Nation says, I think it's a mix of everything. The heat, traveling, training in hot weather. I feel like those are bad excuses, my guy, but I appreciate the donation. I'm just thinking that's what it comes down to. It wouldn't be surprising. It will be different in the league, though. The only thing I'll say is I'll agree with what Jester said about time zones. I do think that would be a factor. But in terms of the heat and everything, like, Arsenal played in the same heat.
It wasn't that hot, but it wasn't that hot last night. It was hot, but it wasn't that hot.
Only people talking about heat.
Anyway,
Your like
Okay,
the heat or
by the way,
the heat or the temperature doesn't affect like where
It does
you
affect
like,
the humidity affects a lot more than the heat, and
Yeah.
it's a different humidity, and it's a tropical thing. It's really difficult. First of all,
Yeah.
Arsenal landed straight there, played game in the 2 days. Chelsea played from dry heat to another. It's a different. I'm not making any excuses. I'm just here to give Josh advice how to actually hit the ball so you can.
Oh, please.
Follow.
I wrapped my laces right through that thing.
First of all, you're leaning backwards way too far. Your knee's supposed to be above the ball when you hit the ball.
Listen, Alex. I had to give lessons to some of the kids behind me after they saw that. After they saw me bury that, they're like, "How do I do that?" It's a quick
The
lesson.
first one, it looked like the guy on the back of your shirt still. Can't lie.
I know what. Yeah, I had to represent for Kai banging one off the post.
He didn't even do
But-
that. I don't think he touched the ball.
And I'm not even taking the piss. It was so funny, right? So they had this fan fest out front where they had all the trophies and shit, and everybody was taking pictures. And it was one side was Chelsea, one side was Arsenal. I shit you not, Arsenal. They had one. I think it was like the original Premier League. Like it's like a little gold cup. That's all they had over there. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
It's like a cricket trophy size.
Yes, it's like 10 inches tall. Like it was the most embarrassing thing. They had absolutely nothing over there for the Arsenal.
Oh, I don't even know. The one that looks like a butt plug. I know which one you're on about.
No, Alex, you know what's funny though? I know how much we talk about how slow Jorginho is. It's even more incredible in person. He's even slower when you're 20 feet away from him.
I ain't even going to say nothing on Jorginho. He was poor yesterday as well. I looked back at the second goal, by the way. You're absolutely correct.
He wasn't even that poor. Like he was the best midfielder we had. Like that's not necessarily saying much because Gallagher and Mount were that bad. But he was the best one we had. He wasn't even that poor, bar the one
That's
mistake.
the thing. It's the best. No. The third goal as well. He let Saka run through.
That second goal he'd let, but like he was better than the other two. Gallagher was defensively okay, was terrible on the ball. And Mount was a ghost. I get like having like a go at Jorginho at time to time, but if we're focusing on him with all the midfielders, nah.
I tell you what, I watched the game again yesterday.
Why?
Wow.
Just because I wanted to understand, and I think we need to go.
You watched a preseason game that looked like that? Wow, that's hardcore.
Well,
bro.
I wanted to understand which way. I tried to understand which way we're going forward. So I tried to see why Tuchel. You know how? For me, the question is not about why what he did it. It's about why he put the specific players with each other. You see what I'm saying? Like, why did he choose to play those two players center backs in a specific way? I tried to understand why, and I saw the glimpse of it, and I think he wanted to see if certain players play with each other before he goes into the season. For example, it's not about the forwards; it's about the player that we had in the back, and about the what's his name, the new signing,
Raheem.
Koulibaly?
Raheem.
Just before we go, Bowley, let me pull you back in 20 minutes. I just need to get you gal in quickly, and I'll pull you back in. My bad, my guy. I didn't expect to.
No problem.
So Alex,
I'll be back in a sec.
That the defense was the problem last night, and not our forwards.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Can I finish my sentence, please? I was trying to understand that. And I watched the Gallagher and Jorginho. I don't think were that bad in the specific areas. The problem was, like I agree with Scott, the link between the forwards, they were not opening for them. Kai Havertz, for some reason, what's his name? Kai Havertz tends to go wide and what's his name? The other guy tried to go move with the middle. That's the reason why I watched the game for the second time. I tried to understand specific. It's just for me. Like I said, I watched 2 games just to understand the.
There's still zero link play between the midfield and forward line.
Yeah.
Link play.
That's the problem. What I looked at before, and that's the problem still there. It's because
I
the
think
link between
one of the major things that people haven't really taken into account is the intensity level. I thought that Arsenal's intensity level was way higher.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yes, my guy. Man's called the Germany kit as well, just to piss me off some more. I can't be bothered. Just before we get to you, Naval Nation says, but then also had a good time in the weather, so I'm kind of talking crap there. Yeah, it is what it is. Rigo Park says it was a pre-season game for Arsenal too. They signed players early, integrated them. They look sharper and ready. The season starts in 2 weeks. What's your solution, Mess? Get players in as soon as possible. Try and integrate them.
I will say
that's
one
all we can
thing.
do.
I will say one thing about Arsenal. They do look good the way they understanding between them. That's a good thing. I think the understanding between the players will look good. Will look good. The problem is
Jesus will be your best side.
One at a time, guys.
Hold on. I think we're good the way understanding between each other. My question is gonna be, what if that disturbance will be broke down? For example, if it's a strong midfield, for example, if it's gonna be somebody strong like Kanté that disturb those kind of midfielders. You know what I'm saying? I want to see. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to push it above the friendly thing. I want to see, how you play when you're disturbed from your comfort zone. That's what I wanted to see from Arsenal. So far, Arsenal link up between players are good. Season will say I still stay for my stay on my point. I want to see if Arsenal can sustain if the better midfield will disturb that unity. And for example, Partey, if he's gonna get injured, I still don't see nobody else is gonna be. Partey is the main reason they clicking. He's the one that disturbs the other midfield, and he showed he disturbed Chelsea midfield yesterday. If Kanté will play in, there will be a battle between them. So it's a friendly. We'll see.
Listen, I get your point about Thomas Partey getting injured, but I'm not going to go on that right now. I'm just going to speak about the game yesterday and a little bit about preseason. So from my perspective, going into this game, you could see that our preseasons couldn't be any more different. We've made how many signings in comparison to you guys? We've had majority of our players.
Big up everyone.
Had majority of our players for about 5 weeks. Some of your players are just joining, like Koulibaly. Obviously, we just got Zinchenko and he jumped straight in, but he looked like he's been playing for us for like 5 years. The way that he just slotted in, played that 45 minutes without.
He was with your club for a couple of days before he signed.
I get that, but he didn't have much training sessions, and credit to him, he just slotted in right away. And it just goes to show that the familiarity with the system is the difference between how the Man City signings that we're making are just coming in and fitting in right away. To Raheem Sterling, he didn't look like he was a new signing. He kind of fit in straight in with your attack in the way that you guys were looking for yesterday. When you talk about the midfield, Thomas Partey, in comparison to you guys, you have nobody like Thomas Partey in your midfield yesterday. I don't know if Kanté is fit, but without Kanté.
He's got no COVID vaccine, so they didn't let him in the country.
Without Kanté, who else do you have in your midfield that's actually a destroyer that protects your defense? I get why.
It's not necessarily a destroyer.
Combative.
Well, no, what I'm trying to say.
Let me say my next sentence.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say someone who protects the defense. So if you had somebody who protected the defense, not necessarily a destroyer, you wouldn't need to play 3 at the back every game. You wouldn't need to have an extra defender every game because you would have that midfielder dropping in, almost acting like a default third defender anyways. So that is similar to what Thomas Partey does for us. And I really just put this preseason game down to the fact that we've been clicking and we've been looking good, and you guys have players that don't want to be there. You have a team that that has new signings, and you still need a lot more signings. And overall, it's just you can see by the harmony going into the new season, Chelsea's a little bit behind from where they used to be when it comes to being prepared for the season. And Arsenal, we seem to be ahead of schedule in preparing for the season in comparison to how we usually are. So roles seem to be reversed. So that's my takeaway from everything. It's not even banter, Chelsea. There's no banter, bro. It's preseason. Obviously, people are going to be are silly on and troll on social media. But like, I even spoke about it on my match reaction. Chelsea were just woeful, and you can't take too much away from this performance. You're going to be much better. And Thomas Tuchel was experimenting in the first half. He wasn't even putting his best team out there.
He was. That's my point. To disturb your party as the midfielder, you have to have a good partnership. Our best partnership we have right now is Kovacic and Jorginho, and they did not play together. They played. What's his name?
Gallagher.
Gallagher was playing. There's a two up, and you don't have to be physical to disturb. You have to be good in tight spaces to get out, because you're pressing high, and Jorginho is, I'll say, good, but Kovacic is the best to get out of those tight spaces. Under huge pressure, Kovacic is the best. So the reason why your midfield looks so good of ours is because we were seeing who's better in which position. But
yeah, you were experimenting, but your team's not balanced, bro.
Yeah, completely.
100% not balanced. We've got so much areas that we need to strengthen.
Front three is out balance. Midfield was out of balance. Even
wing back.
Wing back as well.
Wing back is a wing back. What's his name?
We ain't got good enough
James,
in that
it's
position
easy to
either.
get into the James head. It's really easy to get into the James head. And I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it. The guy has a heat. He's a little bit tempered. And I see when he does it. The minute that him and the other guy got into the little bit of
scuffle.
James is already, if you look at it, James left Azpilicueta all by himself at the end of for the fourth goal when the header went in.
That wasn't James.
It wasn't James?
It was Cho. That was the point I was going to make earlier about the heat thing. Like, the heat or the humidity doesn't stop a player from being positioned correctly and like tracking back.
Cho is completely different conversation. He needs to go. But James, like I said, James is in his head. He was doing the fouls that he didn't supposed to be. The guy rattled him. Martinelli, I think it was Martinelli. First Zinchenko, then Martinelli. They rattled him on the right side.
It was Tavares. It was Tavares.
You guys,
it was Tavares and it was James. But give me a sec, guys. I need to go through a few of the super chats. GoAM says, try to tell you the only thing that's saving this club is Jesus, but you godless MFers love rim jobs. Hashtag baptized. Hashtag rim job Sterling. Hashtag owned by Alonso. I love how you love to say that about our attack, but if I talk about Havertz, it's a Havertz agenda. But let me not talk. Big up to the donation anyway.
What is that?
Backgrounds.
Who lives by the airport?
Who
lives by the airport?
Man?
That was mad. All right. Sammy Zaber says, bring Klasref, ask him how bad was Werner. I mean, if his internet's working, I'll happily send him the link. I don't even mind. I need to hear how he tries to defend that Werner performance. Naval Nation 2 says, all preseason is who wins the fitness match, and Arsenal won. That's all. Not really, but I get what you're trying to say, but not really. Like, it's also showing areas that we need to improve in. Miguel says Tuchel is showing bad decision-making in management to bring Aspi, Mishi, Barkley, Alonso, Emerson, Sarr, and Werner. Conte was ruthless in ridding them. But here's the problem. The reason why they're here isn't because they've been taken to preseason. It's because of the contract situation for a lot of them.
First of all, Conte took all of them in preseason. Everybody was in preseason with Conte, with every coach. What are you moaning about? It's a preseason. You have to take all of them.
With half of those guys, with half those guys, there's no other option. With Michi, for example, the only other person like he could have taken apart from Michi was
just to make that Jesus picture. He's right
in one sense. If you have a lot of players who you think are quality in the academy that you could give an opportunity to, maybe you could bring some of them instead of some.
This was going to be.
We don't though.
We still have to make. Go ahead.
We don't have any quality academy
this
players.
is going to be my point though. Is like we did with certain players. Like we brought Brozier maybe a week late, but then he went back to England because he was pushing for a move away. That's not on Tuchel. Like Tuchel said he wants him. He wants to keep him. He's trying to show him a pathway. And Brozier's the one pushing for the move. So then you're only
also had the ankle injury.
Yeah, but then your only option after that is Michi, so he has to be part of the squad, or you're just going to have Kai as the only striker in this squad. Then you look at, like, Barkley, like, yeah, maybe you could have brought Vale, but, like, maybe. But it's like, Alonso, there's no other option there apart from bringing Alonso. And then Emerson, like, some of these players you have to bring because there's no other option to bring them.
By the way, people wouldn't say that last season when the Chalaba broke through the preseason. For example, if somebody like you didn't let in, all of a sudden Chalaba wouldn't be in the preseason.
Well, he's terrible, so it doesn't matter.
You see what I'm saying?
He's terrible.
Yeah, but Chalaba also only got that job. Chalaba also only got one set. Chalaba only got that chance because we didn't get Koundé in last year. If Koundé came in, Chalaba would be on loan like everybody
But at the same time, when you say that, like he played enough preseason games to justify his spot. You know, we were looking at Koundé.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take that away from him, but like he would have been on loan if what's his name, Koundé had come in over the last year. Carlton Bay also says Chelsea lacks the players to be able to play the way Tuchel wants. They need speedy wingers like Saint Maximin and Vinicius. Except I'd be mad if we even could get Vinicius, but it's unlikely. What do you guys think of Nkunku of Leipzig? Nkunku re-signed a new contract, didn't he?
I think his release clause is 85 million.
That's for next year. That's for
next
year. So it's very likely it stays there.
It's 100 mil this year if you want to get.
I don't care what it is.
Yo, careful.
Well, he's had one great season. Like again,
that's where we got Timo from.
I just say this is why.
Not Nkunku, bro. I don't want it.
This is the same thing that we're laughing. This is the same thing that us United, all fans are laughing at Liverpool at for Nunez after he had one good year and they spent 100 mil. Let's if he has another season, like next season, if he rips it up again, then there's conversation.
Then we can't afford it. But he's going to another.
Then we spend we spend 100 million on another striker that's had one good season, and then what if he doesn't work?
Look, we have as of right now we have Broja. So if Broja does not go on sale, that's the player we need to look for this season, for as a backup. That's it. I don't think there's a market for anybody else but somebody on free or Ronaldo. It's it. I will take Dracula or I'll take Ronaldo. But if those two are not coming,
do you know, Alex?
That's what we have to take.
Overcomplicated.
Yo, quick question before I go. Holy shit, I'm losing my. Damn.
You're all right there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Maybe the picture that you changed to Radolas is the.
Alex,
what a troll you are, man. What a troll. By the way, it was a great finish by Jesus. Great finish.
No. I was just going to get onto that. Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling. Do you guys feel like you guys picked out the wrong Man City player? Because if you
we should have got them both instead of twerking for Ake.
No, it wasn't. We got the wrong one. We should have got them both, and we just let you have free reign. Pretty much.
No. I don't think Chelsea were in for it because we.
That's what I mean. Like we pretty much let them have free reign, and that was stupid. That was.
You guys were.
No, we weren't. I can send you the proper links that says that actual City.
I can send you articles stating that Chelsea tried to hijack the deal.
No, it wasn't. It was City. It was City. It was. I don't need. I know your links. You showed me what's his name? $80 million cost. 80 million pounds. What's his name? Smith Rowe. Remember those links that you sent me?
Hegel,
to
answer your question though, it's too early to call.
He was offered to us to keep the price steady for Arsenal.
Alex, you do this thing where you're always defending Chelsea. I asked a sensible question and you're just on the attack, bro.
Of course, I'm gonna defend the Chelsea.
Here's the thing.
I gave you a sensible answer. It's too early to call it off.
Jesus is not the profile that Tuchel wanted. Raheem Sterling more matched the profile of player.
And to be honest, Arsenal have creators.
Might have got it wrong.
Arsenal have creators. We don't have creators right now. You know, if you put a finisher up top right now, it's not going to change the fact that we don't create.
To be fair though, the thing that I like about Jesus, which I think changed, not only the goals, but I think his changes how he plays, how and compares how Lacazette played for them last season is, and this is what I liked about him and I want about our striker is he could create something out of nothing. Like the chance could be a half chance, but like his hold up play and his movement is so good. He can create something out of nothing, which none of our attacks can do apart from maybe Sterling.
I will not.
Well, it's easy
it's easy when you go and get an experienced Chalaba. Chalaba was dumb for doing it.
That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the previous game that they played. I didn't watch.
The other teams that we played against.
Charlotte. Charlotte.
Or there was a clip that came out of him creating something out of nothing. It wasn't a chance. He just created something out of nothing.
No.
It like an Arsenal shirt.
Look,
and this is what I like about Jesus is he creates something out of nothing, and I think that's where he's going to do better for Arsenal this season.
Sterling.
That's why I
can
want
say the same thing about Sterling, but like I said, the links it's not even funny. The City was offered what's his name when the fight for the money for the price between Arsenal and City went for Jesus, and they wanted to lower the price. All of a sudden, there was a link about Chelsea, and all of a sudden, Arsenal agreed to the final pay. That was the reason why for the Jesus.
Media,
I don't know.
Media will spin things and always try to make it seem like your club didn't miss out. But the reality is, we missed out on Sandro Martinez. We missed out on Rafinha. You guys missed out on Rafinha and Gabriel Jesus and a couple other targets to Barcelona also. So these things happen. It's not banter. It's dead. It actually happens. It's just
it's not. Igal, look at how we went after Sterling. We actually went after Sterling.
Yeah.
But of course, you did also go after Richarlison. That was reported. So you're gonna?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. I think there's levels. You could have.
We were linked with half the league.
Yeah. Like you could flirt.
We've been linked with every striker or attacker
we were
in the
linked with
world.
every player, but that doesn't mean that no.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone's about to buy a house, right? And then they're literally in the process of having the house almost closed. But you come in with a last minute bid that's higher. But that team still doesn't want to. That house is already sold.
Are you talking about?
That's the kind of situation he put himself in. I'm fully going from based on the reports. You guys are just denying it, but I'm not even going to argue. I'm just
we if you were using that example, we didn't bid for the house. We just viewed it. We went in, had a look at the kitchen.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
we went for Ake.
Exactly. Looked at the
and
screen,
we went for Ake and Chalaba.
Yo,
and
bro, I'm
Sterling.
out. See y'all later.
Didn't say you.
Take care of yourself, Casters. Have a good day.
The report said you tried to hijack the deal before it was finished. Well,
also, warning incoming, Klasraf.
Why?
Klasraf, my guy. I like
because I need to hear this Werner defense.
It takes one to know one ago.
Listen, you guys keep chatting. Listen, respectfully, I think I could have said a lot worse. But when it comes to Chelsea, I kept it honest with you guys. And
you're so kind. You're so kind.
Right now,
you're a better man than me. I'd be the most shameless bastard if it was reversed.
No. This could be your only chance.
This guy came on my channel. This guy came. Lewis came on my channel with no camera on after we lost in Newcastle at like 10 at night. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm here to.
I just started laughing.
and then he's like, you know what? I feel bad. I'm just gonna leave. You know what? I'm gonna do that to you, bro.
Yeah, you had your chance, bro. You could have come in and started laughing at all of us. We just have to hold it. You're waiting till the end of this. Okay.
Listen, even when we beat you guys, what was it? 4-2? Even when we beat you 4-2 at your house, I still came on humble. It's just people have a bad impression of you, bro.
You just do it.
It's the Arsenal.
You gotta take your chances when it comes.
Anyways, Alex, man, I can't help it, bro. You just genuinely get triggered by everything I say. Everyone else is cool.
No, you just get it triggered because you're saying nothing.
Alex being triggered.
How about this? Did you get triggered when you seen Tom Tuchel out trending? That was silly, right?
Who? I didn't.
Tuchel out was trending last night.
Yeah, that's because there's stupid people.
Professor DN.
I don't think it was trending. I don't understand how is that trending.
Bro, trending in the UK because there was over like. I think there was over like 50,000 tweets or something like that of Tuchel out.
50,000?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yo.
Hey, talk about Arteta out, Arteta in, man, trending. So
listen, Arteta, you can see Arteta implementing his system and having his players fit in straight away. I can't say the same thing about Tuchel.
Yeah, it took you how many years and how many 8 times 8?
The only thing I'll say is like this still isn't Tuchel's team. He's only had 2 signings. Tuchel's only been given 2 signings that he's asked for. He needs a lot more, and he needs a lot more players to go first before.
And he already have a championship league medal.
Is it me, or is the ownership change kind of really affecting you guys and your preparation?
It affected us because we couldn't start our transfer window early, so that's why we're late on everything.
I think it affected us in the beginning because it took all the way to the transfer.
All the super chats are saved, by the way. We will get to them.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it was like finished early before the transfer window, maybe we will be on time with signings.
Someone asked if we can finish up with Chelsea. I really do think if Chelsea don't
go like Mo. Don't be Mo.
Everything,
don't be Mo.
It could be a possibility, but I don't really care who finishes. Who we finish
I
above.
don't wanna...
Either you or Tottenham to get us into the top 4 or win us the Europa League. I don't really give a shit. I just want to be back in Champions League football. You guys are spoiled.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Do you think you win the Europa League?
Wait. Just
We
before
can.
you go to that, before you go to that, just let me go through a few of these because there's a couple of them for Gala as well. Gula says, "I'm done with this time wasting Koundé transfer saga. We need to act fast, buy and sell because we let yesterday's Arsenal look like PSG, a team that don't even play in the Champions League." I get it, but Koundé is going to come unless Sevilla are going to shoot themselves in the foot and accept less money, and also even more less money because 20% of the transfer fee is going to Bordeaux. They're not going to do it. So Koundé is going to come. It's just long. It's fucking long. And I understand it, but Koundé's going to come.
To that super chat, we are better than half the teams you're going to face in the Champions League group stages. So don't chat shit.
There's the chest. Love to see it. JFL
love
says,
it.
"What about
Love
Depay?" At this point, I would take Depay. I actually
Yeah.
would. I don't even care.
I'll take
Rigo Park says, "We keep talking about signing the right players. Specifically, who are these players we need to sign? Are they even interested in Chelsea? We
We're
keep
gonna
using the
get
best
De Jong
available
and
players to other
Ronaldo.
clubs."
That's a good
Bro,
point.
I wish. Speak it into
We're gonna
existence.
get De
my guy.
Jong
No
from
chance.
Man United, and we're gonna get Ronaldo.
But this is the thing. It's like, where do I start? Because we
And
need
then
midfielders, we need
Eagle is
forward
gonna
breakers, goal scorers, all sorts.
You guys get De Jong, it still doesn't solve your issues.
I was going to say, if we get De Jong and Ronaldo in, it doesn't solve anything, and I'm still doubtful that we get De Jong in. We still need
a
creator.
defensive midfielder. You don't need.
It's not even that. We need a creator. We need
Tuchel
someone who
doesn't
can
play
create.
defensive midfielder. People need to forget about that.
Go AM says Igal going to tell his children that Florida is a part of the European Union. Hashtag UCL for Arsenal. Hashtag finally. CBA going, but you came back with a good one. Professor, I've sent you the link as well, my guy. So big up.
Yeah.
You can say last one.
Man has a respect. Man has a respect, man. Man has a respect.
One sec, bro.
Hold
Artem
that.
says we can say it's only pre-season, but there is zero creativity in this team. Attacking wise, we are looking just like we looked at the end of last season. This is why I was saying get attackers in first and foremost, even though Marina's fucked us with the AC and Rudiger situation. So we have to fix up the mess that she left us with. But yes, we still need attackers coming in. Again, people who turn their noses up at Cristiano Ronaldo when we have all these bums up top makes absolutely no sense to me. No sense whatsoever. There are options out
the other day.
It was Marina's fault that Christensen is going to say one day he signed, the next day he said he wouldn't sign, that then he fired his father. That was Marina's fault.
It was Marina's fault that she offered him a pay packet that was worse than his original contract.
Yeah, and he gets paid less now at Barcelona.
And you know what? They probably value him a lot more there still. He does have fans that are going to call him a pansy.
Apparently he played really well last night.
He did play really well in El Clasico. He did. It's already the first
that league, like I said, that league is gonna.
Lewis, I'm confused. Why are you and Scott and Alex and all you guys mentioned numerous times your midfield was the biggest issue, but you're still getting onto your attackers? They didn't have any chances.
Oh no. Oh, for me, I've always.
But here's the thing: we play the midfield three. We're not going to play regularly.
I've always said our attack is the biggest issue. Like our midfield needs like reinforcements, but squad options. I've always said our attack is the worst because like you can't coach these attackers, man. I keep hearing our Tuchel needs to coach these attackers. You can't coach them. Like I'm sorry, you can't coach Werner how to trap a football. That's not coachable, bro. That's something that I learned as an 11-year-old playing football. Is how to trap a football. And this man is a professional footballer on 270 grand a week, and he can't trap a football. You can't teach like these players how to beat them. You can't teach Cho how to beat a man on a dribble.
It's not about teaching them. It's not about teaching them. For me, it's I'm not acting like I know better than Thomas Tuchel or anything like that. But from what he has right now to his disposal, he's done a good job. But if you can get yourself somebody who can protect that back line, change it to a back four, and now you have more bodies in the final third to create chances and do everything, it could be a different situation.
Yeah, but we said this, and
if you still want to play the same system, you need two midfielders who help each other. One that can drop deep and protect the defense, and at the same time can create like a Thomas Partey or a Rodri or Fabinho. You don't have those type of midfielders. Conte is a great midfielder. Don't get me wrong, but he's not that guy anymore in the sense that he will cover all the
First
ground.
of all, he was not good offensive in the first place. He's not good in offensive third in the first place. He was never good enough in the
That is
final
best in
third. He was,
midfield, man.
Also, on the attacking thing, you said about putting another body up front. It's still shit. Like, you can put another 4 bodies up front. They're still shit. Bro, like, we can put,
Timo Werner ran on the left side and knocked the ball by himself without anybody around him.
Last night. Like I said this last night, we can play a 1-2-7 where we have, Cho, Pulisic, Havertz, Batshuayi, Werner, we can play all of them at once. They're all still shit. They're all still not good enough. Like, it doesn't matter how many of them you put on a pitch. They're just not good enough. Like, sooner or later, we've got to accept that. Like, as I said, there's only so much Tuchel can do. He can't teach these men the basics. He can't teach them how to move. He can't teach them how to tap a football, how to dribble.
I just think the collection doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we have a lot of players that are very similar in the attack, like very direct attackers. We don't have a mix of players, like a creator, a finisher. It's all these wingers that just love to be direct, like, and you need to have an effective attack. You have to have a diversity of players.
Gal, take care of yourself, my guy. Big up. Everyone check out his channel in the description too.
Peace out, guys.
Like, am I wrong in assuming that though? I just feel like our attack just has like a bunch of players that play the exact same way. There's no variation. Like, we don't have a finish.
I'm not hearing this.
I think it's the opposite.
Tell me what it is.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's the opposite. We've got too many that are so far apart from each other in how they want to play that it doesn't all gel together. Like, I get having kind of different profiles, but they all have to fit the same system. Whereas we've got players that fit like about 3 or 4 different systems and none of them mesh together. Like, you've got Ziyech and Werner kind of work because Ziyech can play those long balls, but it doesn't really work because Ziyech is a possession-based player and Werner is a counter-attack-based player. So that doesn't really mesh. Havertz, I don't know what it is. You got Pulisic, who's more direct, but he doesn't really have the opportunity to be in the system, which fair enough, that is maybe a criticism. Cho, I can't work out for the life of me what system he suits. Like, it doesn't mesh properly because they all fit different systems and it all doesn't really connect properly.
I think we're overcomplicating it. It's not that they can do different things in different systems. It's because they're shit, guys. Let's just call it a spade a spade. Yeah, Havertz, Werner yesterday were misplacing passes, were out of position. They were just doing, I don't know what they were doing all yesterday. You had Ziyech all over the place. Werner, he could have controlled the ball. It doesn't matter if this guy can play flipping route 1 football or tick-attacking football. If you can't hold the ball, don't matter what system you can play in. It really don't matter. Then you've got Ziyech here, who I think one time he just crossed it in, cut it across it on his left foot, and it just went straight to the goalkeeper. Like, these are the things that we need to address. We need to get rid of. First and foremost, I think Werner has to go. Havertz, he's got to hit the bench. Bring in Ronaldo and bring in De Jong, yeah? And I promise you guys, yeah?
So essentially what you're saying is our scouting department has got it wrong 6 or 7 times.
Yes,
like,
yes. They've had it wrong for years. Yes.
Yes. Brought in, I'll go back. They've scouted wrong. And these are just shit ballers.
I'll go back to this.
Our scouting is horrific.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that the style of play and the mesh of players is not correct. That's really how I see it. They can't be that everyone.
You have a bunch of players with different managerial systems. Sarri's system, Lampard's system, Conte's,
You're right.
Tuchel's.
100% right. 100% right. But you can't say that every one of these players is a dead baller just based on the fact that they can't play together.
You see, I hate logic like this, by the way. Sorry, I had to bring it up, but fucking hell, man. Can't be bothered. Go on. Yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, but what's our goal? We will have to just sit down and think to ourselves, what is our goal for this season? Yeah, and
I think we have to rebuild the defense. Just rebuild the defense. Focus on being a solid defense. Get the players in, and then worry about the attackers next summer, man. Seriously.
By the way,
worry about the attackers.
Funny thing happened yesterday. Christensen was doing well, and apparently some other best defender for Chelsea was put in a spliff.
Wasn't he playing left back, by the way? I think he was playing left back.
Hey, apparently AC can't play big games.
He got cut.
He got beaten by Araujo. Yeah, he got beaten by Araujo.
He got cut up, like, you know how he likes to go up the field? He got cut up for that couple of times, actually. He was exposed quick.
On the on what like our goals for the season. For me personally, it's get top 4, maybe win a domestic trophy, and like I want to see progression. And for me, that would be get a bit closer in terms of points total to the top 2, if possible.
Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys surprised? Are you guys surprised by the results, by the final results, by the performance? Are you guys surprised by it?
I was more about the performance, surprised about performance than result.
Are you sure?
Result doesn't really matter.
1.2 in here as well. Big up all you guys as well. Smash the like.
Individual mistakes. I can couch. It was first of all 2 goals was offside, 100% offside. And 2 of them
but I wasn't surprised by the result.
It was the mistakes.
Yeah,
individual
no
mistakes.
You should be making those mistakes.
I agree, but that's a preseason. What I'm saying is, like, I'm more surprised about how we play, how bad we played than result.
So do you guys see any difference the way we played last season and this summer tour?
Of course.
There's quite a lot. There's a lot that I see from last year that I don't see this year.
By the way, I saw better when we went back 3, slightly better.
Yep.
And we just had more control because we have more experienced players on the pitch. What Tuchel did in the first half, we had a lot of inexperience and we were trying a 4-2-2-2.
We didn't.
That put a lot of pressure on the players.
We didn't have a lot of experience in the second half, though.
No.
Like, it was no more or less than the first half, because for every Aspi that came in for Chalobah, we had Jorginho, so we didn't have any more.
But remember, it's a familiarity. We went back to what we know best.
Oh, you know,
it's 3-4-3, so everybody basically know that. That's what we've been playing. The 4-2-2-2 is fairly new to most of the players on the pitch. Because even Jorginho at one point he looked lost. People saying he was the best player, but I didn't see it.
He wasn't. Nobody was best player.
I didn't say he's best player. Best midfielder.
I agree with Scott. What Thomas Tuchel did, he didn't. For example, I will put like versus Arsenal. Arsenal put best squad they can get in that first half. Like every player played with each other.
Apart from one player, they had their first 11.
Yeah. What's his name? Left back. I
was going to say this to a gal. I think Zinchenko starts for them this season over Tierney. I think he'll start for them. I think it was their right back.
I think Zinchenko is actually better in the midfield. You will see if Pate actually get hurt, Zinchenko is going to be there. And Zinchenko ball distribution is better than Pate.
If they play Zinchenko,
by the way, let me finish. I was shifted a little bit. What I'm saying is Arsenal put the best team 11 they had in the first half. What Chelsea did, they put 3 best players with 5 inexperienced players. Second half, they did same thing. So it's not like we went with best team and switched to the younger team. No, we had youngsters inexperienced in the first. We have youngsters inexperienced in the second. That's what it was in this preseason.
But that doesn't excuse the performance, though.
Shockingly, it's supposed to. It isn't supposed to drop. Is bad, but it's bad.
The second half is way worse. That's the worst part.
No.
Nah, they were both equally bad. They were both equally bad. Don't do that just because Werner came off in the second half.
In the second half for like at least 20 minutes.
I see you, bro. Right. G says, I see on Twitter that Depay wants to go and he's not happy in Barcelona.
Bring him.
Hey, how about those motherfuckers actually try and do us a solid and put him in an Alonso deal or
the guy said
like
Azaka is not the best in the 18. He's
Guyan
gonna
also
start
says,
every game for Arsenal as long as he fit.
One sec. Guyan
Somebody
says,
in the chat.
These players understood that it was a game of experiment and they weren't willing to give their all for the process. They need to grow up. I don't think it was a case of this game being an experiment as to why they didn't turn up. It was just maybe a case of fitness and also just a bunch of deadwood that we need to get rid of out of the squad. And they already know the club's looking to get rid of. I think that's another issue as well. Like, there's so many varying factors to this affair.
And did Chalobah play? Cho? No, Chalobah.
No, I don't think so. It was still
Chilwell. Did Chilwell play?
No, Chilwell didn't play.
That's what I was like, what was I missing? Chilwell.
Yeah, Chilwell didn't play. It was Alonso.
I'm surprised by the 4-2-2 formation that Tuchel used, though. I thought he would go for a 4-3-3. I'm kind of surprised.
He did. No, it was a 4-3-3.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was 4-2-2.
I don't know what it was, man.
You know what?
Look at where Mason Mount was. Mason Mount was in the center.
Mason Mount was right beside
even in the previous season, whenever there was a back four, it was always a 4-2-2.
He called it a 4-4-2, and I don't know what it looked like to you guys, but it did not look like a 4-4-2 to me. It looked like a bullshit.
It was
It didn't look like a 4-3-3 because we only have Jorginho and Gallagher, and everybody else is either off the pitch or way up the pitch because I don't see them. We could even make two passes together in the midfield.
He called it a 4-4-2 though in the post match for sure.
So then, what was it? Jorginho and Gallagher in the middle.
Yeah, in the pivot. Yep.
Right.
Box to box. Yeah.
So what was he having? Like, did he have Havertz and Mount up front then? Because it wasn't Werner.
No, Mount and Sterling was in. Well, they probably be attacking players are out wide.
I know what it was. It makes sense now. They had they had Jorginho and Gallagher in midfield. You had Mount and Sterling on either side, but Mount would drop in, and Sterling would push up, and that would make a 4-3-3. That's why when Mount was running around the place. Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. So that's how it looked like from one side, where Mount kept on running around the place. It looked like a 4-3-3 because it was actually on display a 4-3-3.
So this is a recurring thing. Like after every game, Chelsea fans arguing what formation we play. After every game, I noticed that after every game in the preseason, like the first game, people are saying it's 4-2-2 whatever. Some are saying it's 3 at the back. Some are saying it's 4 at the back. It's so confusing. I don't know.
It's because of the personnel.
Based on your paranoia, I don't understand you to excuse. I don't excuse you to understand it.
Look at my name, man. DEFCON 5, man. Look at my name.
I do have a question.
But Lewis, do you expect us to beat Arsenal yesterday based upon how far ahead Arsenal were in the preseason ahead of us and the way we've been playing?
Chelsea Blue, are you going to expect Thiago Silva to play with Chalobah in the Premier League?
No.
That's your answer.
Thiago Silva can play in a back three, but he can't play in a back four in the Premier League.
He can he can, but
he did nothing wrong yesterday.
Yeah,
Silva wasn't the problem. He was not the problem. Yeah. VJ, you had a question. VJ, you had a question.
There was a slight problem.
Wait. Let VJ talk. What are you saying?
All right. So this is a question more to the panel and also the comment section. What we've been hearing recently is on the Chelsea pull in the market that has been deteriorating, right? We all can agree that a lot of deals have been slipping up due to multiple reasons as portrayed by the journalist. But my question to you guys is probably on the financial side of things. Could that be a reason why this is happening? Yeah. Let me just give you the scenario, and you guys tell me if this could be a reason to that. On June 18th, I believe, Matt Law reported one particular article, and this was also, something that was appreciated by a lot of Chelsea fans. The article was about the financial situation, the restructuring of the wages, where the new wage structure had the basic pay reduced and the incentive-based pay increased. The incentive plus the bonus is something. So basically, this is how your wage is structured, right? Simplified, your basic plus your incentive plus your add-ons. Yeah, and your add-ons and incentives are based on the number of cup tournaments that you pick up a victory. If you win cup tournaments, and also the number of levels. If you finish quarterfinals, there is an add-on to that. And if you finish semifinals, there's a separate one. And for each of the position, let's say midfielders, these many assists gets you these many. This is how you're getting rewarded. For the strikers, there is a different incentive. Yeah, that is how it is usually structured. So you have the incentive part, the add-on part, and the basic part. Now that is clear, right? The scenario that we used to operate with the Roman era, and the reason why Roman was actually able to attract a lot more Chelsea players into the club was because the basic was high, which means the guaranteed pay was higher. The club, the personnel did not even have to appear on these many set of games for them to get paid that much, because it was already covered anyways on the basic front. And that is probably one of the reasons why Chelsea the players would want to come to Chelsea, because they know that was the guaranteed pay that was being offered, and that was the basic pay that was offered under Roman era was the highest in the Premier League until Roman was there, right? And now, due to the restructuring, now Chelsea is also looking like another Premier League club with no additional benefits that they used to have. The players in this case used to have on joining Chelsea, because the basic has been now reduced and the incentive has been increased. This is a good model if you look from the outside. Pay for performance is how they call it, right? It looks good when we as a fan base look at it, and club owners as well get benefited out of it. But from a player's perspective, the downside to it is that you're not getting that guaranteed basic pay anymore that you should be getting. So is that something that could play in players when the decision is made based on comparison with Barcelona?
Yeah, no, continue. I just had to mute him.
Yeah. So my question was, is that something that could play in the minds of the players while they go for the deals when you're still competing with bigger clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona, but still the basic pay is high as well as the add-ons are higher. The guarantee pay is something that is going to be missing in this aspect, in this new structure. So if Todd Bowley and co have restructured the deal, it also essentially means that any deal that we're trying to offer for our new incoming players would be based on that wage structure, the new wage structure, not anymore the older one, which means this is not going to be any more as appealing as it was earlier during the Roman era.
So that's why you're saying it's taking longer to get through negotiations. That makes sense.
I don't necessarily know if that's a bad thing. I think it's going to correct itself over time. Because do you actually want players coming in just for the salaries? I want people that want to play here too, right?
No, I get it. It's like that's something that's I think is just going to happen based on the restructuring, and like we're transitioning from Roman's era into Bowley's era, and that'll be
I don't think it's the same because we.
No, so I was just gonna say some of the leftovers from the Roman era. Like we're looking at Werner right now. Like he was linked with Liverpool. We came in with these wages of £276,000 a week. And look at the ramifications of that right now. Like I think that this is going to auto correct. We're going to get players in on decent wages that are going to want to play for the club for the right reasons and not just for the salaries that we can.
Even City
exactly, coach. So my problem
wages.
is. My problem has never been with this particular new adaptation. Like the pay for performance is something that is that is obviously beneficial to the club, and people want to actually pay for the badge because you're almost in par with other Premier League clubs. It depends on the success of your club that the players would want to play for your club, right? But the problem here is that we as Chelsea fans would be it would be difficult for us to actually understand the background of it, because we would be expecting Chelsea to still have that market pull that we once had back in the Roman era. Could be this could be giving a wrong impression on Todd Bowley's leadership as well, because we might miss out on these deals not just in this year but in the coming years as well. That doesn't necessarily make him a bad owner or an inept owner, but then it is something that we are trying to function correctly as per the regulations, as per what we should be doing. I just wanted to throw that out there because that's the reality of the situation, and people in the Chelsea fan base has to accept it, and this is the reality.
I think it's different because we're looking for the director of football. Until director of football is going to be a different structure. That's it.
On that, VJ, I think it.
Guys, I gotta go. So
I think there's big up, Alex. I think there's pros and cons of that. I think on the plus side, you're going to get players that come in that are a lot more ambitious than people like a Barkley, Drinkwater, Bakayoko, Batshuayi. I'm just happy to take a salary and sit on the bench. But at the same time, it's going to disrupt the harmony of the dressing room, because if these players aren't getting on the pitch and collecting, I don't know, an appearance bonus or this bonus or that bonus, they're going to turn on Thomas Tuchel a lot quicker than what they're doing at the moment. They're going
ideally it should be against the board, but then it will reflect on Thomas Tuchel badly.
Are they going to stick it on him? They're going to stick. Did you guys see Sarr yesterday?
It should be ideally on the board.
Yeah. Did you guys see Alex Sarr yesterday? And he was shouting at Thomas Tuchel.
I saw that.
I was shouting at Werner, I think.
Yeah, no, I saw that too. I think what was happening was he called out Sarr. He called out Sarr when
That's dream in the background.
Sorry?
Say that again, Couch. Say that again.
No, I saw the same thing. I think that what was happened was he called out Sarr thinking it was Sarr's mistake, and Sarr basically demonstrated that. What are you talking about? It wasn't me. And he's like, sorry, I made a mistake. It wasn't you. You know, that's the incident you're talking about, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I have a question for you guys, the panel. So, our last four managers. Oh my, we have an echo.
Yeah, Klasref, bro, you got the stream on in the
Oh,
background. You got to switch it off, bro.
Okay, so our last four managers, they all said it is very hard to motivate these players. Even Thomas Tuchel said it yesterday. He said, let me look at the quote. He said, the team has like an attitude problem, something like that. So do you guys think? Do you guys think that's a problem going forward? Because our
It's been a problem for the last 4 or 5 managers. It's not just him that said it. Sarri said it. Conte said it. Lampard said it.
Lampard and
so
yeah, they all have.
So in the light of that, I'm thinking is the senior players, because they're the one that I hear consistently during that period. The senior players we have.
I think it's something more systemic than just the players, because we've had 5 separate managers question the mentality, and the squad has changed through those 5 managers numerous times.
And
so I think it's something deeper than just the squad.
You know, sometimes, Luis, when we play derby games, right? I feel like these players don't even know what a derby is. Like they don't turn up.
Bruh.
You know what I mean?
Between this one and the derby at 420 against Arsenal.
Oh my God. I cannot believe my eyes. Like it's like
we turned into bums against Arsenal so much.
Arsenal,
it's not
man.
even funny.
It's Arsenal. It's unbelievable.
And I was thinking that yesterday, bro. I was
VJ, take care of yourself, bro.
Big up, VJ. I was thinking that yesterday, and I was saying like people. I think Prime and Alex were going back at it in the on the live show, and then Prime was saying something like, "What's it called? Oh, it's just a friendly." And I'm sitting there thinking, I think some of the players are like that. It's just a friendly. And you know what's mad? When we're out of the competition, well, let's say we're out of the title race.
Yeah.
A lot of these players drop off. As soon as we're out, we've got 5 games to go, we're out of the title race.
Yeah.
How many points are we going to rank? We're not gonna go on.
Actually, we are seeing the reflection of that. You guys saw the last 5 games of last season. That is what we're seeing right now. It's just a continuation. You last 5 games of last season, we were on our last legs. It's like players refuse to play. That's the same thing we see right now.
It's preseason.
Yeah.
Oops.
Klasref, bro, you've got a crazy echo. I don't know if you got the stream on the background or something, but you got a crazy echo coming from your mic or something. Try switch that off, or I don't know, come out and back in or something. I don't know what's happened with the connection recently, but yeah, no one's right. So,
what about now?
Okay, that's all right, but it still sounds a bit laggy.
Is it? What should I fucking do? I've got a new Mac.
Bro, I don't know, man. But like, if you listen to the stream back, you'll hear it. Your voice is just crackling, and we can barely hear you.
Upgrade your equipment. Upgrade, Klasref.
No one says preseason is giving me 15-16 vibes where we lost 4-2 to Red Bull. Mark my words, we'll finish 8th if we don't make 4 more signings. 8th, I think, is no, we're not finishing that low.
Top 5, I kind of get the point. Like there is
top 5, yeah.
But also remember, we lost 3-1 to New York Red Bulls, if I'm not mistaken, back a couple seasons when we win the league with Fabregas and Diego Costa when Mourinho was there. We lost to our MLS team in preseason.
Yeah, no, I remember that one as well. 15-16 was poor, but like, yeah, that one was a terrible. I'm trying to remember. There was this preseason where we played terribly, but we did well throughout the season.
Yeah, 17-18 as well. That was all.
No, 17-18 we finished 5th. Yeesh.
That was second season, bro. What are you on about?
Preseason, no.
Preseason. Last game we had besides this one.
Preseason 17-18 was awful. What are you on about?
Yeah, no.
I don't remember the pre. No, I remember we beat Arsenal 3-0, and that's all I really remember from that preseason. Other than that, I don't.
From the last season.
Yeah, no, 17-18 we beat.
Okay.
What's it called? Arsenal 4-0. No, 3-0. 3-0. We lost to Wolfsburg in 14-15. Did we lose 3-0 to Wolfsburg? I barely even remember that one.
It's not even so much it's not for me. It's not even so much the fact that we lost. It's the manner. You want to see Tuchel get his ideas across, man, and you're not seeing that right. Like we're so confused about what even like the setup was. Like, was a 4-3-3, 4-2-2, 4-4-2?
But Tuchel is now looking at signings, how to improve the team. So Tuchel is like a director of football. I know Tuchel is not fully into his tactics right now. So I wasn't expecting anything great. Maybe when they know they're back at Cobham, he probably can work on tactics and all these stuff. So I wasn't really surprised. I was just surprised by the result in terms of how we got defeated. But I wasn't surprised if we lost.
The application.
What about my voice now?
That's a bit better.
It's a bit better.
You're 16-bit now.
Right. What happened yesterday? What? Like I was watching the match and people were sending me texts, go on to like, you know.
Clasref, that audio is fucked.
That's right.
It starts okay and then gets progressively worse the more you talk. I'm not even joking.
Are you on something different, or have you always been on your Mac?
I've been on something different right now.
Yeah, go back to what you were on before. What you were on before worked.
Are you on a phone or are you on a laptop?
Your audio's a mess, bro. Your audio's a mess.
Are you on a laptop or?
Yeah, whatever you were on before, jump off and come back onto that, and
get some headphones.
I say, are you just using a Mac though, or are you using like an external mic? Because I'm just using my Mac, and I think my audio is fine.
Yeah, yours is fine.
I'm using the new Mac. The new Mac is difficult.
Yeah, probably Wi-Fi.
Bro, whatever you've got that's new isn't working. It's like Waste and Mount said, it's lacking like Timo Werner. It's all mad. Let's like do what Scott says. If you don't laugh, you'll cry, innit?
I can imagine,
last season.
I can imagine Thomas Tuchel going back into the changing room after Timo Werner performance says, I'm too critical. Fucking hell. Like literally just walk straight past him and
don't get me started, bruv. Too critical and skeptical.
Too critical, yeah.
Again, go on Twitter and type your name in, and then see criticism.
But this is what I mean, like
there's nothing worse. There's only one thing worse than
things that have been levied at some of these players. I'll say there's two things that have been levied at some of these players. Number one is they've got no fucking self-awareness. None of them have got like any self-awareness about how shit they are.
Is
like,
it
there's that's better, I think. But there's no awareness of being like, oh, maybe I do need to improve this area of my game. It's just this guy's too critical of me. Bro, have some self-awareness that you're touching shit.
Scott.
Speaking of, we have Mr. Timo Werner here right now. What was your thoughts on Werner's performance?
I am Louis. If you can hear me properly, I'm so proud.
No, we can hear you. You're clear. You're clear.
So much better.
I am so proud of Werner and Tuchel.
Get him bin.
Oh God, we're in this bullshit.
Right now, like I get Urlaubgeld, Weihnachtsgeld. I get like 14 times the money, right? I use all of it. I get 24 sick leaves and 25 holidays. I use all of them. I give my fucking owner a hard fucking time. Why am I gonna perform against Arsenal, right? Why Tuchel's gonna put his back three, the best, defensive formation against Arsenal preseason when Todd Bowley is asking us to get our 6 players? Where are they?
But that still doesn't explain why Werner's so bad.
Why should Werner be good at this moment? Because I thought we all were in together.
It's his job.
It's his job, and my man is being paid 270 grand a week to be a professional footballer.
A lot of nuggets are coming and blaming Werner. Everybody wanted to play bad. Because
there's only one thing.
You rather step right now than struggle.
There's only one thing worse than Timo Werner, and that's a want-away Timo Werner. Like the guy doesn't want to be here.
Timo Werner against Club America, he really
whoa, Clasref, that's some mad echo.
Fuck my everything. Like, what is wrong with my fucking?
It's fine now. It's fine, Clasref. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine now.
It's like a 6 out of 10.
Timo Werner came against Club America to impress Todd Bowley. He impressed him, but then end of the day, you need to give it up for your manager. Tuchel and Werner right now are best of friends. They are best of friends. They will listen when Lampard got sacked.
Yes!
When Lampard got sacked, we were on dark clouds. Werner and Tuchel built this club up. Right now, Tuchel I need defenders. I need physical presence. I need constant intensity. Todd Bowley doesn't have director of football. Todd Bowley and Tuchel right now are playing cat and mouse. And Rash eats his cheese. Do you guys think Werner watches Twitter? Like, whoa,
I hope he does.
He cares for our team. He is there for Chelsea Football Club.
You just said, why would he want to play well for Chelsea?
He want to play well for Chelsea, but sometimes you need to make hard decisions. That's why I respect João Felix so much. He gave up his stats and everything to be the Simeone type of player. He gave up his Twitter, commercial side to be a Simeone player. Werner gave up his side to be a Tuchel player. Tuchel and Werner are on very good terms, and they will do everything for this club. You need to listen. You need your honors cannot be like that. Where is director of listen, nobody, we don't have a pull because we have American owners. No European footballers like American owner. No European. Rafinha doesn't like American owner. Look what happened to Manchester United. You want Timo Werner to perform against Arsenal?
Wait, so are we blaming Todd Bowley for Timo Werner's performances now? Is this what we've become?
Todd Bowley needs to spend 300. He just leveraged 300 million against our club for loan. That 300 needs to be on our players, new players. That's not going into his business.
To replace Timo Werner, right?
Sorry?
To replace Timo Werner, right? Take care, Couch. Big up yourself.
Timo Werner and Thomas Tuchel are tag team. Listen, I really like really poor players or really poor like Werner. I don't like the middle people. You know why? Kante is a perfect example. Kante is really poor and he's amazing. Look at Liverpool. Mo Salah, Firmino, and the other one's Mane. They were really poor players. That's why Liverpool succeeded. I read the director of football.
Bro, your mic is absolutely ridiculous.
Players or really boys. I don't like the middle class. The middle class is just too much. They get the money and they don't have any motivation. Rich people have motivation to play football, and poor people have motivation to do well all their life. That's why Liverpool have director of football who always towards poor players. Diaz was a poor background player. Mane was poor background. Mo Salah used to go to 2 hours to play football. First was one of the poorest Brazilian ever. We need those sort of players, motivated players. Werner and Tuchel are tag team champions. They're gonna do something special. You guys are taking Timo Werner very lightly.
I just need to interrupt for a second to say I don't often say this, but the chat right now is absolutely going. You man have got me in absolute stitches and in tears.
The chat is unbelievable, bro.
I wouldn't mind if I care about Chelsea. I wouldn't mind McNuggets going on Twitter saying I've got.
Who's McNuggets?
Werner takes it for a team. When there's a time to play against Madrid or bigger teams or Arsenal last year in the Premier League, he scored the goal. Since April, Werner has been banging goals. He's been perfect. When he has missed the game against Liverpool, right? Club America, he came, he did it well. Against Charlotte, Tuchel was like, why the fuck should I put my strongest team? Right now, why should Tuchel put his strongest team and then struggle during the season? Right now, there's a time and place for everything. I'm talking with you. Right now, we cannot blame Timo Werner. We cannot blame these players. Right now, we need to get on Bowley's back. Give us money. Give us. We need one left back, one right back. We need two central back, and we need one cam. We need 5 players.
Daniel says Werner is arse. People are losing brain cells here. Werner is arse. Sorry,
Listen.
He's
When
terrible.
we switched to a second half, we switched to a different formation. The first 15 minutes, we played so well, and Tuchel, as soon as we started playing well, took off because he play well. Why should he? He needs money.
Klaus, on Werner, can we go back to the conversation we had last time where you claimed he had a first touch?
Listen, the ball, you're talking, Werner had 5 players around him, right?
You are not about to blame the ball. You are not about to blame the ball.
No, he didn't. He picked the ball up in the corner, was 1-on-1 and touched it out of play.
He doesn't care about the game. He's just there for physical fitness.
Then get him off the pitch. If he doesn't care, then leave the club.
Nobody cared yesterday. Scott, you would be in my team because yesterday we all
I'm
were
not on your, Pause. I'm not on your
we
team.
were supposed to be in the same team, and suddenly, as you saw Timo Werner doing a bad touch, you went on his ass. I thought we were all together. I thought we were all in together. It was we against.
Bro, it's in High School Musical. What's this all in this together? What man's talking about? Man's literally reading off High School Musical.
James 4 goals came from James' side, three of them. We don't blame him. Mount was a ghost. We don't blame him. Havertz, obviously, if he's on the team or not on the team, he's gonna be poor always, right? Do you want to say Timo Werner is shit? Then we're never gonna have this. We're never going to have this, what we have right now. Timo Werner is not shit. You're not understanding.
We're not going to have someone like Werner again. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Timo, when you talk nice about Timo Werner, the police and Havertz gang, they turn up the stream. They come on the stream. When I talk about India, everybody comes here. I know how this shit runs. It's not shit. Werner is doing his own thing. You guys see in a bigger picture. That guy has a manager. He should be our player manager, Werner. I ain't lying. That guy
player manager.
He should be our player manager because he knows too much. He's in the middle of bowling and tackle. And you guys talk about his quotes on Twitter, like every big player, Mbappe, Neymar, every single season there are rumors about them leaving the club. Werner is commercially so big. You go in the training, they talk about Timo. Why do you want Timo?
Not in a good way. It's like Timo, fucking Timo, fuck off. That's what they're saying. London Derby says, what about Broja? Clearly Premier League proven and best option. Once he stops getting his balls in a twist over his wages, then yeah, we can look at him as a decent option. But right now, he's bitching about his pay for no reason. It's a load of shit. But it is what it is.
You've got a poor defense. I'm not worried about attack. Trust me, I'm not.
You're not worried about our attack?
He's a Werner stan. Are you surprised?
No, I'm not.
Are you surprised? The man rates Timo Werner, and you think he thinks our attack has issues?
How about the second half? If Timo Werner was there instead of, we would have scored. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. We have a point to prove. Tuchel has a point to prove. Are you guys? If push becomes to shove, are you Todd Bowley or Thomas Tuchel?
What?
Are you Todd Bowley or
Where did we get to that?
Tell me, I want opinions.
No, but like, how do you get to Bowley v Tuchel? We've ever been in that position.
I think Werner's
there's no middle point. There's no director of football.
Okay, what if it's Thomas Tuchel or Timo Werner?
Oh, they are best of friends. I know that.
Well, they're not.
Not after yesterday, mate. Not after yesterday.
Yes. Okay. So Klasrev, can we talk about Timo Werner not being happy with his position at Chelsea and saying Tuchel's too critical and skeptical of him?
He said he's critical and skeptical, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said. Okay.
Yeah.
War is a big problem. Like he He's a player. He's a commercial player. He's going to be out there. He's not going to give a Todd Bowley easy chance. Bowley really likes Timo Werner a lot too.
Not Bowley. We're talking about Tuchel having issues with Timo Werner because he's a terrible player.
I'm telling you, right now, Timo Werner is in the middle. He's a cheese. He's a cheese. You're not understanding it.
Wait. What do you mean by that? Give me context. What do you mean by Werner is cheese?
Todd Bowley likes him because of his commercial aspect. Because when he goes to
but what's that got to do with cheese?
He's a cheese because it's a cat and mouse game between Tuchel and Bowley. Tuchel wants more player.
But what do you mean by cheese?
No, it means cheese in the middle of like a sandwich, like he's in between two like big issues. I don't know.
I
don't know either, bro.
Anyone under the chat is shit. Lutsch meine shit.
Speak German.
You can't listen. Thomas Tuchel and Timo Werner, give them some space. The right thing for our club. You guys believe American
Werner can leave on the first plane to.
That's it. It's Oprah Winfrey.
Thomas, are you guys going to bully over Werner and Thomas Tuchel?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Yes, Bowley over Werner. Yes, Bowley over Werner. 100.
If you ask me Batshuayi over Werner, I'd have to think about it.
No, Batshuayi is.
Hey, look, before I head out, I have a question.
Go on, Carito. We haven't heard from you.
Oh, yeah. So, if yesterday we played Ben Chua and Conte, what do you think the result would be?
Probably still the same.
2-0, maybe. Like, we were going to lose that game anyway. Like, they were way better than us. Chilwell and Kante.
Because we could see it so much. So, yeah, that's all I'd say. But I'm going to head out.
I think Kante solidifies the midfield a bit more, though. But the left-hand side wasn't an issue. I didn't think Emerson was that bad. Alonso was dog shit, but Emerson wasn't that bad.
I'll tell you what, Kante would do
like
better than Conor Gallagher did.
Emerson said deception. Get him out. He said deception.
I agree, but like Emerson weren't a bad player yesterday. I won't say
he's gonna perform pre-season then during this season.
Yeah, no, I agree. But like in terms of yesterday, Emerson wasn't the issue. Wasn't the issue.
Bro, we couldn't
Winter Surfer also asked Klasrev, what commercial aspect does Timo Werner bring to the club? Because I'm very confused by this.
He sells the. He is a genuine human being. You know, human beings. When
a genuine human being.
He is.
What's that got to do with commercial value?
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna win our team a Champions League and Premier League, and he doesn't care about his Twitter aspect, or he doesn't care about if he doesn't score. He's going to.
That's not what we ask, Klasrev. It's what commercial aspect does Timo Werner bring?
The genuine. You cannot be like if you're just posing. You need to have some depth in reality. You need to have some genuine aspect in you to be commercial. You cannot soul and be commercial. Do you get me?
You can't what?
You can't be a PR what you call and an asshole and be commercial. People really like genuine people. Get it.
You can't be a genuine person and an arsehole.
He said you can't be an arsehole and be commercial, but you can.
You can't be soul. You cannot be a PR queen and then you're commercial. No.
You can.
People are commercial.
Yeah, you can, man. You can.
It's really we're not talking. I gotta go because I need to sort out my everything, my system, my team, everything.
Yeah,
yes, you do.
Take care.
Don't worry, Klasrev. Take care of yourself.
Wait a minute. I need to say.
Thank God, Klasrev. Go now. Thank you.
I love you. And Sam, I really like you too. You're a nice guy too. Take care.
Take care, my guy. Big up yourself. Take care, Carito. Big up yourself.
What a motivational speech.
Bro, can I just honestly some of those comments, man? Like the one that said he was talking.
You lot in the comments section.
Bro, I think that was a Saab who said he was talking in rewind. Bro, that said me.
Louis, I don't know if you noticed. Louis, you know when before I came to the panel regularly, the chat they love Klasrev. They love him. They demand him. I don't know if you noticed that.
He's the link if people didn't want him on because I ain't got a clue what he's talking about.
I was gonna say like if we wanted like actual like proper debates, bro, he's the worst person to bring on. But it's entertainment factor. Like
it's just brilliant listening to him, even if his echo's mad, absolutely mad. But
that helped as well. The echo.
Yeah, that also helped me stop being so pissed about the game. I can't lie. I'm in a much better mood now after that shit. But yeah, guys, we are going to wrap up the stream here. I did tell Lawrence I was going to be on his channel as well. So everyone, head over to Lawrence's channel. In fact, I'm going to put the link in the description as well. No, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Everyone just go there, raid it, and just tell them that we sent you. I'm going to be over there in a second. Yeah, there we go. Cool. But links in the chat. Everyone head over to Lawrence's channel. Big up everyone that's locked in. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, same channel.
Wait. Lewis, can I just say that Werner is shit. Sorry, something's wrong with my mic.
It's okay, man.
Do apologize.
Right, big up everyone. We might be back for Shameless. Say tonight. Depends on if I'm in the mood for it or not. But yeah, big up everyone that's locked in. Like and subscribe. And until the next stream, up the Chelsea.